Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing another build in Elden Ring that probably could be improved upon, but I couldn't find any other better incantations, so I'm just using 3. And I once again don't have a name, but it'll probably be in the title. I'll come up with one after the fact, because obviously I don't like script my videos or anything. I just post them whenever I feel like it, honestly. My videos are very unedited and chaotic, but I still like them, and it seems that some of the people that like it also enjoy the unedited content. So let's get on with the showcase. So you're going to be using a total of 4 equipped weapons in this build. You're gonna use the 2 remembrance things from the final boss, from the Elden Remembrance, the Sacred Relic sword, which I have at +10, and that is an incredibly strong weapon art. It does about 2,500 on any target that has no resistance to holy, as far as I'm aware. The second weapon that I'm using is the Maracas Hammer for its weapon art, Goldbreaker. Goldbreaker is a really good posture breaking thing, and it's nearly impossible to break you out of the animation. Since you have I mean, maybe it's just because this build has a lot of poise, but I don't know. That's just basically how I found it. But yeah, that's what I like to do. And then I use a Erdsteel dagger with the sacred affinity, and I put Bloodhound step on it. It's just for convenience's sake, nothing too special. You can do whatever dagger or do it on whatever weapon you feel. And then the seal that I'm using is just a generic finger seal at +25 for the S tier faith scaling. The armor I'm using is the Sentinel armor, which is incredibly strong but relatively heavy. And the 4 talismans I'm using are the Erdtree's Favor +2, Sacred Scorpion Charm, Green Turtle Talisman, and the Great Jar's Arsenal. Or the Great Jar's Arsenal, yeah, I said that correctly the first time. And then the incantations I'm using for this build are Golden Vow to buff yourself and your Mimic tier, or whatever summon you decide to use. Elden Stars, which is a really cool incantation, but honestly I found it's kind of hard to find actually good use for it, but it's still very good. And this one doesn't match the build as much, but it still is like golden-esque, so I feel like I can still use it. And I'm actually going to be using it in a future build that'll probably be coming either later today or tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure when. And it is Placisdux's Ruin. All of these incantations are incredibly strong, so I can show you where to get them. So, the 2 main weapons of this build, the Maracas Hammer and the Sacred Relic sword, are all gotten from the Elden Remembrance, which you get from killing the Elden Beast at the end of the game, which is up there, but I've beaten it already, so can't really show you. The finger seal you get at the beginning of the game if you picked a prophet or a confessor, or you can buy it from the finger maiden at the round table hold. Or no, the Tin Maiden Husk. The Erdsteel dagger, I'm not entirely sure where you actually get it, but you know, you'll probably have one in your inventory at some point. Like, they're not like anything particularly uncommon. The armor you get from a secret inside of the Ayuriza Hero Grave. I'm not entirely sure how to say that, but it's somewhere down here. There's a secret. I will not explain how to get it because there are plenty of guides and I don't exactly remember. But from all that I know is that it is a pain in the ass, so have fun. But it is well worth it because this armor is incredibly good. It gives a lot of poise. It's just generally very resistant, but it is quite heavy. The talismans. So after fully burning down the Erdtree, the Erdtree Favor +2 is gotten over here, right there-ish. The Sacred Scorpion Charm is got when you kill an invader down here at the Smoldering Church pretty early in the game. The Green Turtle Talisman is gotten from using a Swordstone key at the ruins right here-ish, right here, next to Summonwater Village. And then the Great Arsenal Jar is got from completing the Great Jar Challenge thing down here, which you get access to through the Deep Stofrio well, and then you go over here and challenge the invaders. So yeah, that's about it. I will go ahead and just do a damage test real quick, just to show you guys that I think this build is really strong. Once again, the Great Rune isn't exactly important, but Morgoth's has been really handy, just because the extra 25% health is very convenient. Oh, the stats. So, this is my character. It's a level 137, and I have 46 Vigor, 20 in Mind, 35 Endurance, 20 Strength, 25 in Dexterity, 10 Intelligence, 50 Faith, and 10 Arcane. So nothing particularly special, definitely more faith strength based. And I will go ahead and show you like some damage tests on some enemies down here. It's gonna be way harder to show the damage resist, the damage for Placisdux's Ruin, because it's more chaotic, but it's also like both of the incantations are relatively hard to hit, but they're pretty good. So here is, you've probably all seen this one way or another because this is really iconic, but here's Wave of Gold, 2,571 without Golden Vow, so no buffing. The only thing I have buffing me is my Talismans. Let me just reset them real quick. And also the heavy attacks and basic attacks do about 1,600 respectively at plus 10. Here's Maracas Hammer, 600, 1,000, and 100. And then here's the special attack, Gold Breaker. Incredibly good poise break, 2,229. And it also tends to fling enemies up in the air, very strong. Bloodhound Step, not too much to be said about it. Here's Elden Stars. Very long cast, but definitely very rewarding if the actual star hits. So each of those little baby stars hits for about like 10 each, but then the actual star itself, the big one, hits for about 1,600. That's a showcase of the basic attacks for the sword. And then Placisdux' Ruin. Let me just pick one that's a decent attack. First go around does 700. Second one does another 700, and then the last one does about 700. So you're doing a total of like around 2,100 with this build. But I know Placisdux' Ruin does lightning damage and not holy damage, but it does fit the vibe of the build, and even without any lightning buffs, it's still incredibly strong damage-wise. So yeah, that's about it. This build is really strong, however, it's not nearly as good as the Bloody Vigilante build I posted yesterday. Although both are very good options, so thank you guys so much for watching, and this is the Generic Gaming Podcast, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.